Hello, welcome to my channel and videos. I hope you are very well. What does the person in my mind feel and think? What does the person in my mind feel and think? We shuffle our cards a little and draw our energy here, my friends. Let's see what the person in our mind will tell us. What does the person in your mind feel and think? We will ask our cards. Let's see what they will tell us. Yes, my friends, the person in your mind says, I said I made a choice. He said on one side, Aziz said Aziz, and on the other side, you know the fullest, my friends. Single Oscar is a feminine energy standing on his own feet. Burek can be a wife and a mother. Look, we always have to say this. I said I made a choice. And you chose where Aziz is. He says between Aziz and now. Look, it seems like the desire to be a wife is higher, but let me say it like this: passion, addiction, right in the center actually. Passion and addiction are very much like this. The person in our mind turned out to be a person who wanders around in cortex structures and constantly comes to Aziz. My friends, the person in our mind is really very blind. Aziz is also hanging out here. His wife is like his mother, so no matter what he does, this is where he comes back to think about it like this. See, on the other hand, Aziz could be a mother. Her real mother could be someone she replaces her mother. Here there is an Aziz. I mean, there is a mother factor. I say she is walking around in such flirtatious structures but with such immature energies. I mean, she goes this way and that way. She goes passionately, my friends. Both the wand and the devil card come out side by side. I am saying she goes passionately and the back is left empty. Anyway, the back is left empty with the lover's card here. We understood this because she made a choice, friends, and here, sorry, Emperor, I said let me say 9 here, but since she is as valuable as him, I was surprised all of a sudden while making such comments. She was stuck between the Empress and the Aziz, but when she makes a choice, she understands in time that the person in front of her is an Empress. She understands in time. She understands in time. Aziz, where she makes a choice, my friends, where she makes a choice. The person in our mind in time as time passes, days, weeks, maybe months, here it could be years, friends. This time he understands because here the Empress's stance is so upright, so graceful, beautiful that friends are very abundant. One who looks at her looks again and again. An emperor with such a beautiful red mole inside. If you are a man, I say watch and understand this for yourself, friends. Now here he says I made a choice. I stood here anyway. I come and go with passions. Aziz knows this too. I am like this. She also accepts me like this, he says. But what did an emperor do to Eve? First he made a choice, afterwards the real reason is that he could not provide the balance of giving and taking. If he had provided the balance of giving and taking, maybe he had acted justly here, the emperor's heart would not be broken this much. Both he makes a choice and gives to this side. Look here, he gives to this side. He is also pressing here, friends, and he may have done this a little for the emperor by shoving it in his face, and it is something I do not like at all. A person loves a person in his life. That person may have a spouse, he may have a partner, or the person he loves very much is his mother. Look, mother, or just Sivard separated from his wife. But this person in our mind is a little spoiled. When he knows he is loved, he is already walking around in flirty structures. Here the emperor took his heart in his hands and squeezed it like this, friends. It hurt a lot. You will say, how do you know this? And right next to him there was a collapsed tower. Friends, yes, When choosing and after choosing, they may have given a little image to the outside. You know, we are good, we are very happy. If it is his wife, we are a very good family, or if it is his lover, we are in a very good situation. We are together. No one can break this bond and no one can destroy us. That's why I said it hurt his heart. An emperor hurt his heart. He wouldn't go that far. He treated me unfairly. He destroyed me very badly. It hurt me a lot. It burned my heart. My heart hurt. My heart cried, because the soul is in the heart. Friends, people are guests in this world. This no one leaves everyone. We are all guests in this world. Sooner or later everyone leaves. And where is the soul? Friends, in the heart, the place that the Creator also cares about the most. Heart says don't hurt a person's heart. Don't come with the rights of servants. Look, don't hurt a person, don't make them cry. Friends say that, but what did he hurt? He acted unfairly, suppressed him with the saint next to him. You know, he made a show. If he was happy, he did it. If he was unhappy, he did it. Friends, made his heart hurt. An emperor broke his heart inside, destroyed it. Destroyed it, really destroyed, no matter how much the emperor is inside. Yes, he pulled himself together. He stood up straight as before. His stance is very beautiful, look graceful, but actually destroyed. An emperor with a broken heart inside. He makes that choice here, friends. Later, look right next to him. The rod came, actually causing karma. Why? Because it hurt his heart. For an emperor, I mean you, the viewers. Who do you now adapt? I say I made a choice. I chose here. Friends who stayed here experienced everything and everything with here. In other words, he wanted to get better with their physically and in a way, and fixed it. But what happened? It caused karma. I mean like this: if there is a spouse, I am saying for the opposite sex, let him stand next to his spouse. And this is also wrong, because what you call marriage contract, there is loyalty. So the person who is being unfaithful here, actually the other party should not do it, should not give hope. There is a person who does this here and constantly wandering around in flirty structures. If a spouse comes to Aziz, and Aziz is also wrong, so he should not accept it like this actually, because if someone does it, he will do it again. If his mother is here, friends, are also wrong, so we need to be very careful when raising our own son. Friends should be kind enough not to break anyone's heart. It should be good. I mean, we need to teach humanity. People have a profession in some way, but being a human is something different here. If a child is this in your mind, if the person is the mother here, the mother also needs to fix this situation. It is not right to travel around and come and break other people's hearts. Here, look at the Seven of Pentacles. What is in the Seven of Pentacles? The person wanted to increase and multiply. They may have made some investments. They may have planted the seeds and are waiting for these seeds to grow with great patience. Here, there is a great energy of waiting with great patience. If the person in your mind broke your heart, whoever fits this opening, friends, an emperor breaks and destroys the heart of the one who drinks. You know, it turns upside down in a moment. He makes a choice all of a sudden. He cuts and throws like a knife, but he does this for Aziz now. Look, let it be Aziz, the three people here. Whether they are his wife, his mother, his partner, whoever, will burn with this place. Both the Seven of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. These two are mixed. Friends, in the choice made for this third person, you know, when it comes to pure feelings such as heart, tears, love, pure things, I mean, there is no forgiveness for this in the universe. There is no forgiveness for this in the universe. It causes karma. This is not right either. With this love, this karma, the person is the spouse of this 3, if they are partners. Their partners are their mothers. If they are mothers, the person is together with them. Both they and the person in our mind are tested with this love, because in the Sum 7, there is to reap what you sow. Let it be the staff. My burden is very heavy, he says. For example, he was trying so that something would happen, but it does not happen. A barrier always comes in front of him, because he has created a karma here. The emperor has broken his heart, taken it in his hands and made it hurt. If he has done something openly, this is worse. It is a very cruel action. Friends, in the energy of these cards, I felt the need to talk like this. The energy of the reading is reflected on me in this way. Yes, on the Devil card, look. I chose the card because it was right in the center. The Devil card, it is addiction. At the same time, since the 9 of Swords came on him, the person made a choice. Yes, he went somewhere. The third people went to him, and there is a Aziz, there is a mother factor. Now yourself please follow and regret, and in the past he left the choice he made and gave up this emperor goodness. He is very jealous, friends. He is very regretful. I am very regretful. I made a mistake. I made a wrong decision. He says he is also withdrawn internally because the emperor is very adali. Strong and very beautiful, friends. At least 3-5 something. Let me say queen, princess, whatever you say is equal to the person is strong, so it is difficult to deal with such a person here. How much in the comfort zone, flowery bed quilt also, even if the person sleeps. He experiences deep regrets where he lies. Even he appears in his bed and looks standing. Look, he is sitting. He has turned his hands to his face. He regrets he cannot sleep. Anxiety, fear, or someone may come across him, and I say this because the Devil card is out here. He is also withdrawn physically to the person he left in his past, so he says I acted lying and deceiving. I left you alone, so in a way it is cheating. This is also if he made promises, friends. And especially if he learned about the saint here for the emperor later. Look, this is even worse. Because there is deceit here, and there is regret about it, because here the emperor too felt deceived and collapsed. Yes, let's continue. Yes, I choose a card on the Prince of Wands. Yes, it turned out to be the 7 of Wands. Friends protected themselves. While making this choice, friends thought only of themselves, went passionately, went to a person they liked very much, and were very attracted to. Then they made a choice, ran away, and protected themselves, fought for themselves, for an empress. It seems they didn't fight, friends, they remained in immature energies, remained passive. They got scared, protected themselves like this. I think they did that. A bit cowardly. Yes, let's choose a card on the card of the saint. Because I'm moving from the center. Yes. It turned out to be the King of Talisman, friends. The King of Talisman has family finances. Here there is a comfort zone. There is a King of Sim. Oh my, let my power not be broken. Here is my place. This is the side of a Semen. If I break away from here, bad things will happen. He has made such meticulous calculations. he has not left his comfort zone and has protected himself. Afterwards, he experiences great regrets, fear, anxiety, sleepless nights, guilty conscience. Friends, who cannot sleep because of guilty conscience, there is a person in our mind. Yes, I want to choose a card on the Lover's card. Sometimes our tongues rub. I apologize. The Queen of Swords came out. Yes, you made a choice, she thought of herself. I know what you did, she says. But she says, you are telling me, you acted very unfairly. There is already here, look. The balance of giving and taking could not be achieved, and he had her look at it. An emperor had his tea look at his heart, and it hurt, and he suddenly left a bag from your hand, like this. You suddenly leave it. Oh my friends, a person in our mind turned out to be, and I acted very unfairly. I did not give me my rightful job. I leave it to divine justice if it is as I wish. It will be okay or not because you did me wrong. The Queen of Swords is a person who experiences a lot of injustice. Friends, yes, the wand is a card on her shoulder. I will choose the car card. Yes, look. You have come to a crossroads with the person we have in mind. She may have also had a situation of relocation. Maybe she used her job as an excuse. She left. Maybe she left for another reason. A second possibility is here, my friends. The car card also shows the environment. It shows the world. I mean the world. I say I can't take this responsibility. How can I take it? The environment, and the environment is also coming at me. She says a third possibility is because the car card also represents the family. Friends, family, I mean the person I am throwing. Does he have a mother? Mother, is there someone he puts in his hand? Yes. Does he have a spouse? Yes. Maybe my family. I have my family is wanted anyway. I have a family or I have a spouse, she may have said, and she made a choice, so it means I said to the Queen of Swords, accept me like this. The Queen of Swords drew her sword. No, said friends, because he is an emperor, but when he encounters a lot of injustice he knows how to draw his sword, i.e. he knows how to cut off those who are of no use to him. Yes, Sim Gedison, let's choose a K on Chasm Yishin. The card that comes on him is Tim Sazy. Yes, he says I worked hard. He says I worked hard in a subject. He worked hard in a job, a career, a earnings, a waiting. Friends, I mean he has a receivable. He is waiting so he can get it. Look, to reap what he has done. I worked hard. I worked hard. I worked hard. I took responsibility. Look, the person here is working and says I want the reward of my efforts because I worked hard. I worked hard. He says it can be about work and money. This is a situation of making a choice. This is a family legacy. It can be a family. Friends, Aziz here can be her mother in the real sense, but she is her spouse. She does not want the property to be divided. It can be something like that, but I can easily say that she is the person you have in mind when you look at the cards. Yes, Sum, I chose a K on our 6. It turned out to be a Tim trio. My friend's joint business partner is the living spacey person here, so this is a family environment. It can be friends, it can be people he sees as his family, it can be his wife or friends. So this person in our mind has a common business. He has a common bond. For this reason he has clung to here. He didn't want to leave here. He cared a little bit about material things. That's why he has done injustice. Yes, but since the Tim trio came on top of the Tim 6, I can also say that the common business is in the common living area, because here too the Tim 8 came on top of the Tim 7, who could not get what they wanted even little by little. Maybe he spent. There is also a person in our mind out of fear. I pulled this on top of the collapsing tower. Two people. I was stuck between two situations. Because of material things. Look. The overriding issue here is material things, because there is the Tim King, there is toast, there are 7 and 8 toast, there are toast 3, toast 6, and lastly toast, so it shouldn't destroy you. The reason material things can be more than one job, at least I am saying by looking at the Sum duo here, at least 2. Maybe he has taken more responsibility, but look. Since the talisman 2 came on the collapsing tower and the card here, as I just said, the talisman 6, and since the hiss 3 came on it, I say the person will give losses in the business field. Will not be able to find what he hoped for financially. Maybe for this reason, he has insomnia at night while friends, that is, while juggling in the common business, common living area. The person will be devastated in situations related to money. The balance of giving and taking will not be there in his life or in his business life. Just as he did to you. He could not provide the balance of giving and taking. Jesus, just as I treated you unfairly, how he destroyed you, Jesus. No matter how much responsibility he takes in terms of money and work. Look here, I am trying to say this, I worked very hard, I put in a lot of effort, he says, he is waiting patiently, you see, he is also collapsing there, friends, who cannot get their money. Who cannot find what they hope for, who cannot earn high incomes as they think, the responsibility he has taken. Despite the clarifications, look at the talisman, since it is very much taking on more than one job. No matter how much responsibility a person takes, it gives financial losses in the place where they take responsibility and in the common business and living area. Yes. This is divine justice. You really reap what you sow. The balance of giving and taking is very important, friends. I will choose a card on the inner card of the Emperor and see what he will say to us. Yes. I say I want honesty in my life. The person who will enter my life should be clean like a sword. Cleansed from rust and dirt. I want to come into my life only if you are like this. If you are like this, yes, it can be, but if you are not. You are not, because look like this. I will do it like this. Queen of Swords, and I choose from top to bottom. Friends, you drew your sword because he treated you unfairly. Such a beautiful person who can compete with such a graceful emperor and an empress. No one. Did you make a choice? Did you prefer me to someone else? Did you prefer someone else and leave me behind? You came as I wanted. You came from your rust dirt. Cleanse me. That is, come to me clearly. You may have said, cut off ties with that side. Your probability is higher here if you come to me. Come in one piece like a sword. Come clean. Come honest. Fight for me. Show me that you value me. You may have said, my friends, yes. This is also here. Yes. I want to choose a card on this talisman duo. Yes. Look, I was curious because I said there will be losses or not. As I said in Talisman 2, he has opened more than one job, he has made glasses, he has put his hand in it, and at least 3, look, at least 3, he has given value materially. I am throwing a house, a car, a land. Anyway, these are the ones whose materiality is valuable. You know, my friends, this is a destruction. Either these things go wrong and the collapsed Klee says this, hundreds of thousands of people like you fell from the minaret, it collapsed, you crashed to the ground, he says, look. There is regret here too, and now he has understood what will happen to him. There is regret here too. The person in our mind has suffered financial losses, and the collapsed tower here has already caused karma in the future. My friends, we always say karma, that nobody takes the blame. No one should play with human emotions, no matter what the person's position is, no matter whether they are married or single, no matter whether they are wealthy or have no money. Human emotions should not be played with. Humans are created from heart and brain. Heart is soul. You will not hurt the soul. Creator communicates with the soul, and that's why you will not hurt a soul. A heart, it will not hurt like this. Take it in your hands. Look here, I saw this. It has burned your heart. Here is the Two of Cups. Here, Two of Cups. Actually, cups are two, but he has been destroyed. Actually, maybe you have a soulmate. I am saying this because he is right behind him. Maybe you feel this person, but right now he has been destroyed or suffered losses. He is suffering even more. My friends are very regretful regarding the place he made a choice, especially work related. I worked very hard, but I suffered many losses. I did business with very evil people. I am very regretful. I am very regretful. Look, regret cards, sword, full, and Five of Cups. Very painful, so much so great pain, but a person reaps what he sows. Look, he reaped what he sowed. What did I tell you? Sim 7 and Sim series. Work, money, career. In this sense, whatever this person wanted, he wanted to achieve a status, to advance, to rise. But one side is like this. Leaving like L is not befitting of being a human. But those who leave me. There are many in the collective. Yes, he left me as you said, but look what happened. You live the moment, and you don't need to constantly say, oh, you said, oh, from your heart once or twice. It already finds its place. As long as you are right, it finds its place when you are right. My friends, the game of the heart is not a good thing. I mean, the heart is not going to play. You saw that. I don't need to pull anymore. I took it, I accepted it, and that's how it happened. I say, my friends, if I fit you, take it with love, accept it, send the ones who don't fit to the universe. I would be very happy if you liked and subscribed to my videos.